Hello, everyone. So glad to see you again. It's Lynn and Cecilia once again. So, for this week, we would like to have a talk about something which is really common for pregnant women. It's the fear of miscarriages. Cecilia, you know what? Even though I'm the first time mommy, that is the thing that I think of quite frequently, especially during the first few weeks because I'm pregnant at the age of 35. So somehow I have that I have that fear of, oh, maybe I cannot keep the baby with me. So that is something that I really want to talk with you today. So maybe do you want to share something about it first?
Yeah, thanks, Lynn. Um, I can definitely empathize with your fear, of miscarriage, especially like you said, you are at a older age. I mean, I guess compared to what society says that we should be having babies at, society says that um, the peak age or prime time to have baby is in your 20s. And then, society and sometimes even doctors says that, at 35, you are at high risk. So definitely those fears that you're having are definitely very, very reasonable. And I myself have had two miscarriages in a duration of 10 months. So even though I had already have a very healthy, daughter prior to having those two miscarriages, when I was finally pregnant with my younger son, I was definitely still very scared because I was so tainted by my miscarriage experiences during those 10 months. And that fear was definitely with me throughout the pregnancy.
So does it still affect you at this point?
when I when I had, my son that was growing inside of me, I was definitely very scared that I would lose him, because I lost the other two. Um, and every time I had a doctor's appointment, I I mean, I just couldn't get a hold of myself. I was definitely very anxious. My mind couldn't focus because I was so worried about what my doctor might find or not find. For example, may not find a heartbeat during those appointments. It was with me, and it definitely affected my appetite. It affected my sleep, um, and it even affected my ability to be very present with my daughter at that time. She was around 7 years old at that time. And, whenever I spend time with her, for sure, my mind was definitely not very present with, engaging with her. I was definitely always thinking, oh, I hope my baby is okay in my stomach. I hope he's healthy. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, and I totally get it. And it reminds me of my first trimester. So whenever I saw a doctor, I always carried that kind of fear with me, like whether I could hear my son's heartbeats and whether he's still healthy inside of me. And I was swept by it, and I found it really challenging to stay grounded, to stay present because of that fear. So have you come up with any way to be in a better terms with it? That
Mm,
kind of fear.
yes. And I did. I came up with ways, and I definitely would say that it was a work in progress. Um, It wasn't like I come up with a solution and then I do it once and boom, my anxieties went away. It was definitely intentional work each time I had the anxieties that came. So for example, I would just ground myself and feel, tap into my senses really and feel my feet on the ground and tap into my breathing and remind myself, hey, your mind has just gone somewhere that might not even be the truth. Just focus on this moment. And this moment right now, this baby is growing healthily in front of you. I mean, healthily within you. This baby just had his kick in your stomach. Everything is okay. Don't go bringing your mind into the what ifs, because nobody knows right now what if. So just stay present and grounded to what is. So I would do that, ground myself, do conscious breathing. What I would also do sometimes is just do visualization meditation, where I would close my eyes and just meditate this healthy, happy baby that is growing inside of me. And what I also didn't do or stopped doing was following or looking online at stories of miscarriages. I'm not trying to belittle those experiences, because of course I've been through that myself. But I think that when I was in the situation that I was in, where I'm like, I think it's really important that I really enjoy this pregnancy and not bring my mind into that darkness, was really important for me to not get sucked into and spiral down with stories of miscarriages that were being posted online. Again, I definitely have sympathy for those women that were suffering through it, because I was one of them. But I knew that the more I looked at those stories, the more I knew that my anxieties level were going to be raised.
Right. So there are three ways, as you have just mentioned, right? Mindful breathing, and then visualization, and the third one is being mindful of our exposure to news about miscarriages, right?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. So are those also ways that you recommend that people should do to keep a peaceful mind between doctor appointments?
Yes, I mean, it worked for me, and I wouldn't say that what worked for me is universally applicable for all women that are feeling the same. I think women first have to find what works for them. But I think that, however, if you are truly worried about the health of your child, definitely call your doctor, or just call your friend, have that trusted friend that that you can count on, who will just listen to you, not judging, not trying to, give you solutions, but just that friend who might have been with you through your miscarriages before, and who can really understand where your fear is coming from again this time, and just be there and listen to you. Actually, I had a friend like that. She's my best friend, and she was there with me for the first two heartbreaking experiences on my first two carriages. And when I was finally pregnant with Theo, these fears would come and go. But she was somebody that I knew I could always lean on and talk through. I'm sure some of my concerns were so out of the blue, probably not legit according to my my doctor at that time. But it was just so nice to have that friend to be on the other end, to hear me out, and to just hold me, in her space, in her compassionate space.
Yeah. So having a friend by our sides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so who can listen to us non-judgmentally, and then who can offer mental support for us during that period. Yeah, when I heard you sharing such thing, do you know who do you remind me of? For me, it's you. I'm so grateful that I am going through this pregnancy with you by my side. And yeah, I'm so thankful that I have you there all the time
Now here's
to
my son, by the way. Keep going.
to, uh, to listen to me, and then to offer me very valuable advice because you have a lot of experience. So thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much. That was really sweet of you.
So I guess I really want to hear from you if you have any advice on how to really enjoy this pregnancy.
How do I really enjoy, right, this experience? You know, trying to think, how did I really enjoy it? Whenever I feel there was something that made my heart fluttered when Theo at that time, Theo, the baby that was growing inside of me, he would kick. I would just savor those moments. It's like, oh, that's a strong kick. It means he's healthy. Or I would call my husband and say, oh, he did some punches and kicks in my stomach. It means that he's good. He's good to go. Um, I would also savor, for me, because it was my last child, I knew that we were going to have. I really, really savored it in terms of, going to baby stores and shopping for things for him. I would just, what else did I do? I would read up on the latest, child development science, because they're always changing. And I just read up on that. I would, oh, I know one thing I really enjoy doing. I love dressing up my babies. So I would just go online on Pinterest, for example, and I would find the cutest little outfits that I wanted to style my baby wear, and I would just save them on the phone, and I would just send these random photos to my friends, like, this is how I'm going to dress my baby. Oh, and by the way, if you're planning to get clothes for my baby, this is the style I'm looking for. It was just random silly things like that, but it was stuff that I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think tap into what you really love about this experience of welcoming this new member into your family. Like, what is making you so excited about this? And tap into those experiences.
Right. Yeah. Thank you very much, Cecilia. Well, what you have just shared really helped to how to say really relieve me, from that fear of miscarriages, and I do hope that uh, everything best, will come to me and my baby. And yeah, I'm so glad that I have you by my side during this
Oh,
journey.
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, just savor the moment. I think, don't get sucked down in those, the bad news. Focus on the good news. Um, because there are plenty of women having healthy babies. So focus on that. No matter what, the medical statistics might say about a woman in her, mid 30s, what her chances are of a successful fertility. I think always focus on the positive, because there are plenty of miracles happening every day, even being, given, healthy babies being brought into this world by women who are even much older than us. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your encouraging words. Right. So I guess this is it for our episode today.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Thank you. And we'll see each other again next time.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Goodbye.